2025, and we know your New Year's resolution is to watch more volleyball action. So welcome back to the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Welcome back, PVL fans, and Happy New Year to all. This is a treat for us. Jolina de la Cruz is back in the Premier Volleyball League to show up against this woman from the Nxled Chameleons. It is EJ Laure who will be debuting for the green and the black in today's outing. Happy New Year to all, and we do have a triple header for us today, beginning with Farm Fresh versus Nextled. And then later on, this will be followed by two teams who are looking to improve their records as well in the conference, Choco Mucho and the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. And we have one more game. Later on at 6:30 p.m., it will be the Akari Chargers and the PLDT High Speed Hitters. It is a triple header to begin things as we continue the PVL All-Filipino Conference in 2025. This is Mix Gomez at your service. Happy to be back with Neil Flores, and you already heard from Franny Reyes a while ago. You know, my partner Neil had himself an Asia tour this past January. And so, I wanna ask Franny, ikaw naman, kamusta yung naging holiday season mo?
Oh, I also did somewhat of an Asian tour, but I also got to attend a very close friend's wedding, which I know the Nxled Chameleons also got to do. So we'd like to greet, of course, May Luna. Congratulations.
Congratulations, May, and we do wish the best for your marriage. But now we do have to refocus because Neil Flores will have to catch us up. Ano nga ba yung nangyari na so far sa ating All-Filipino Conference?
We have a logjam in multiple positions in the team standings. Dikit-dikit yung mga teams natin right now. Dreamline is the only undefeated team in 2024, and they are looking to keep that record perfectly clean. Petrogas and Signal HD also had solid showings in 2024. And as for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they are currently at number 9 with a 2-3 record. And as for Nextled, they are still looking for their first win. They're currently in last place.
But then again, it is a brand new year and the fates could be different for both Farm Fresh and Nextled, especially with a couple of returning players in the Premier Volleyball League. Let's now recap specifically the journey of the Farm Fresh Foxies in this conference. They actually started quite slow, but then in the past couple of games, we really saw a lot of promise from them.
Farm Fresh had to go through a lot of changes. They welcomed their new head coach in Coach Benson Bokbok, and they also bid farewell to several key players. But they won 2 straight matches, big matches, I would say, in 2024. They won against Akari, and they also won against their sister team in Zeus Coffee. And it's all thanks to that core who have been playing with each other since 2023. So Louis Romero will be at the forefront of orchestrating their offense once again, and she's very excited to set up Loreen Toring, who is also making a comeback for the Foxies.
There you have it, 2 returning players for Farm Fresh in today's outing, in Loreen Toring and also Jolina de la Cruz, joining Trisha Tubu, who has been that workforce scoring-wise for Farm Fresh. She even reached 31 points in the previous game.
She has always been a dangerous scorer, but looks like she has found the right rhythm here in the pros. Number 4 in scoring, number 2 in attacking, and she has already tallied 109 points for the Farm Fresh Foxies. But in today's game, she will have a lot of support with the injection of Jolina de la Cruz and Loreen Toring.
And so, in the spirit of the new year, will Trisha Tubu become a firework once again inside the Phil Sports Arena? Now let's welcome back Franny, who has something for us about these Farm Fresh
I
Foxies.
could hear your excitement about both Jolina and Loreen. I'll start with Jolina. This is her first game for the Farm Fresh Foxies. It's actually her 1-year anniversary of, having her whole rehab journey just to get to this point. And she's actually been doing rehab with Loreen Toring, who is debuting as a Farm Fresh Foxy and as a PVL Pro today. Both these players hope to bring energy, leadership, and their loudness in the court. You know, they know they can be pretty loud, and that's something actually that the Farm Fresh Foxies have been struggling with in past games. They let me know that this is a fresh Farm Fresh Foxies, and we have a lot to look out for in our match today.
Might I say, Franny, recovering from an ACL injury with a partner, Neil, malaking bagay yun para sa kanila.
It's not that easy to come back with that knee injury, but looking at their warm-up, they're ready to go. Nandiyan na yung green light.
Yes.
So I'm sure their fans are also very happy to see them back on the Taraflex court.
And speaking of comeback, that is the goal for the Nextled Chameleons in this conference because it's not the best of starts for them. Neil, recap to us. Ano nga ba naging kwento so far?
Just like Farm Fresh, Nextled also welcomed a new coach, in Italian coach Ettore Guidetti, and their players also had to adapt to a new system. Currently, they're still looking for their first win, but there were some games that they were solid on the floor. It's just that nagkakaproblema sila in the end game. So that is the question. Who will continue to step up, or who will be the new player to step up for Nextled? And we know that EJ Laure is also making her comeback appearance here in the PVL after a long time, and she is perfect for that outside hitter position role to support Chiara Permentilla as well.
You know, we did get high regard already from a couple of the setters of the Nextled Chameleons about the comeback of EJ Laure. But let's see if they can actually translate that onto the court so they can actually provide help for Chiara Permentilla.
Chiara Permentilla has been playing her best volleyball in recent years. She is number 6 in scoring, and she has always been consistent in that top scoring position role for the Nxled Chameleons. 93 points in total, but again, that's really not enough if you want to climb the ladder. You need numbers from your other teammates, and hopefully with the injection of EJ Laure, makukuha niya yung suporta na hinahanap nila last year.
You know, actually, that's one of the things I'm interested in the new year for Nextled. Is Chiara still going to be their go-to scorer, or will EJ actually be the one moving forward? But now let's again listen into Franny Reyes. Franny, what's up in Nextled?
Well, actually, I did talk to Chiara, and she said that that's something that they really wanted to focus on, their offense. They don't want it to just be centered on Chiara. They know that now they have additional firepower coming from EJ Laure. But Coach Ettore also let me know their middle blockers have improved. Their opposite has improved. Now it's all about putting all those things together to get their first win. We've seen good starts from the Nxled Chameleons in their previous games this conference, but they don't have that panapos yet. That's something that they're trying to figure out for them to get their first win, and hopefully that first win will be today. Now, you know, Chiara is a Falcon.
Yes.
Trisha is a Falcon. We have many other Falcons for our match today, and that actually brings me to our Filipinas Live poll question of the game, which is which Falcon will soar to help their team? Which former Falcon will start the new year off right? Will it be number 9, Chiara Permentilla of the Nxled Chameleons, or will it be number 12, Trisha Tubu? Or let us know online using the hashtag PVL2025. Maybe it will be Lorraine Turing. Maybe it will be Bang Pineda. There are a lot of options to choose from.
That is the perfect question for us, especially because these two players have been very consistent, double figures in all of their games so far. And even the conference lows, it's 12 points for Chiara and 14 for Trisha. So let's see which will actually prevail in today's matchup. Happy New Year to all. After this break, we'll have our first serve.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for a reset. my team 2024 was very challenging. I'd say it's been a lot of lows. It's been more than what we expected, pero it's also a lot of learning, growth for each and every one on the team.
2024 last year, super up and down kami. Like, meron kaming mga good games, meron din naman mga sobrang sama. So, yeah, up and down.
I think individually, we grew as a better teammate inside the court na parang we're there to really support each other and to be someone's like support system inside the court kasi nga we need to rely more on each other.
Unti-unti, nakita namin na nag-mature yung team kasi nung pumasok nga kami, very young team. And then tapos yung year na ang daming mga veterans na pumasok and super laki ng naging impact nila sa team namin na nag-guide.
Yung wish ko for the team this year is sabay-sabay kami umangat, sabay-sabay na maganda yung ipakita namin. Kasi coming back from the Christmas break, sana maganda yung naging epekto niya sa bawat isa na mas lalaban kami ngayon, na mas hungry for the win.
This 2025, siguro gusto namin i-improve yung standing namin. So, more wins this year. Sana this year makapag-podium na kami.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live here at the Field Sports Arena, Pasig City, is the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference, the heart of volleyball. Our first match of 2025, and for today's triple header, preliminary rounds match number 33 between Farm Fresh Foxies and the Nxled Chameleons. Presenting our officials of this match. First referee, Mr. Patrick Alan Castillo, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. Let us meet the starters first for Farm Fresh Foxies. Calling on their team captain at number 7, Louis Romero. Wearing jersey number 5, Eliza Bertolano. At number 8, Jolina De La Cruz. Jersey number 12, Trisha Tubu. At number 16, Riza Cruz. Number 18, Lorene Torin. At number 17, the first libero, Janelle Diller. Head coach is Mr. Benson Bokbok. Now calling on the starters for your Nextled Chameleons. Third team captain at number 9, Kiara Permentilla. Number 2, Laika Ebon. Jersey number 7, Krish Makaslam. At number 15, Jaila Atienza. Number 17, Lucille Almonte. Number 18, Janelle Maragino. Their first libero, number 1, Bang Pineda. With their head coach, Mr. Ettore Guidetti. This match is under the regulations and supervision of the Games and Amusements Board. PVL, All-Filipino Conference, the heart of
The 4 usual starters for Farm Fresh, Bertolano, Romero Cruz, and Tubu will now be joined by their new players in the new year, Jolina de la Cruz and Noreen Toring. Janelle Delerio is also there, wearing orange with complementary black for today. And they will take on the green and the black, the Nxled Chameleons, who will field their usual starters. These names we have seen the most from Coach Guidetti Ettore in the PVL All-Filipino Conference: Ebon, Macaslang, Permentilla, Atienza, Almonte, and Maraguinot. Again, welcome back to these two ladies. They were buddies in terms of recovering from their ACL injuries in Toring and De La Cruz. Let's see if they would actually be in great shape as they kick things off. But it's an ace for Farm Fresh for their first point.
First point goes to Farm Fresh.
EJ Laure will be coming off the bench for Coach Guidetti Ettore. For Farm Fresh, sabak agad si
Yes.
Noreen Toring and Jolina de la Cruz.
Captain Romero.
Farm Fresh coming in with a record of 2-3, while it's 0-5 for Nextled. That was a nice block. Ebon, not much power there, and it works for
Ebon with the
Laika.
help of the net.
Getting some help from the tape of the net. Caught Trisha Tubu out of position for that one.
That's one player who Coach Guidetti has been wanting to activate. Laika Ebon, who has scored in double figures twice in this conference, one of which happened in their previous game versus Signal with 10 points. It is Trisha Tubu scoring off the block.
We know that she is the primary scorer for the Farm Fresh Foxies, so it's nice for Luis Romero to activate her simula pa lang so that she could get her touches, because later on she will be distributing that ball definitely to Jolina de la Cruz, Loreen Toring, and also Eliza Bertolano.
Oh, Lions been playing very well as well in their previous games. But speaking of a woman who's been playing very well, there's Kiara Permentilla. She's in that duel with another Adam Sonia and Trisha Tubu as to who can score better in today's outing.
This has been her best conference to date in the PVL.
Oh, it's a service error now for Laika Ebon. And Farm Fresh will get their third point. And now we listen in to Franny Reyes.
Migs and Neil, Jolina de la Cruz did let me know that she is excited to be pressured again because it is a privilege and it's something that she wants to overcome. So Coach Bok said, "Sige, Jols, you will be part of the starting six for our match today." For Coach Bok, there's no time like the present to have Loreen and Jolina join the team again. He wants to get their feet wet, build their confidence, and help them get a feel of the court as Foxies now. He knows that they have tough opponents ahead of this match, so he wants to make sure these two players are more than ready for the battles ahead. Back to you guys.
It is going to be a transition period back on the court for these two players. But why not start
Team
now?
captain,
Especially
Kiara
for
Permentilla,
Loreen
serving
Toring
for
and
Nextled.
Jolina de la Cruz. Loreen actually got a touch of the ball in the previous sequence, but then it went out. That's why we're now tied at 3-all. And to break the deadlock is Trisha Tubu.
This is also the right timing for Coach Benson to field in Jolina and Loreen, because we are already halfway through the preliminaries, and you want to get them warmed up in time for the crucial matches pagdating ng next rounds of competition.
Well, it's going to be a long All-Filipino conference, and we'll break down the format later on. But now it is Lucille Almonte contributing to the cause for Nextled. That's another player who scored in double figures in their previous game.
She's also one of the players na kailangan mag-step up because she can do it all. I mean, she's a good defender, she's a good receiver, and she can also attack well.
She did have a double-double, 11 points and 14 excellent receptions in their previous game. Ebon on the D-ball. That's dug up. Romero to the open. Bertolano.
Oh.
That was a fadeaway hit.
Set was already outside the antenna, but she was able to find that corner. Just the right amount of spin to get that to that open space on the floor of Nextled.
It's now 5-4. Bertolano sent that in. Maraguinot on the 1-2. Redwell. Push to the back. And that goes to zone 5 for Riza Cruz.
Farm Fresh is playing smart. You saw that hit from Bertolano a while ago. This time around, it's a push from Riza all the way to that corner pocket. They're just finding the holes in the defense of Nextled.
It is now 6-4. Ebon sending it through. Romero. De La Cruz down the line. Welcome back, Jolina.
First hit, first point. Welcome back, Jolina de la Cruz.
you gotta love the energy from her teammates. Kanina pa lang nung na-introduce silang starters ni Lorin, buhay na buhay itong Farm Fresh Foxies. Petolano with her signature jump serve. Regalo, and off the joust, it is Riza Cruz who won it.
First technical
2
timeout.
points for Riza, and it is a 4-point
Farm
advantage
Fresh
for Farm
Foxies.
Fresh.
4. Nxled Chameleons.
We have waited for this. Neil Flores will be breaking down to us once more our tournament format.
Paalala lang natin sa mga PVL fans, baka nakalimutan over the break. Again, we are in the middle of the preliminary round, and after the single round robin format, there will be a qualifying round wherein teams will be seeded accordingly and they will play a single game. The winners from that qualifying round will then move on to the quarterfinals, and the losers will have to play one more match to be able to get a chance to qualify for the next round of competition. Yan yung play-in tournament na bago rin nating in-introduce here in the PVL. Then we'll have the quarters, the semis, and the finals. The championship series and the battle for bronze are both best of
Ball is
3
out.
series.
Okay.
Point for Nxled.
I hope you guys caught that. If you did not, i-replay nyo na lang po. Yung sinabi ni Neil Flores, it's quite complicated, but it's something that we have celebrated in this All-Filipino conference. There was a celebration as well from Nextled
Jaja Maragino
off of a
serving.
point. And now, it's Jaja Maraginot with the serve. Louis, back row. Trisha was saved by Jervina, but she
Back
blocked
row
away
attack.
for Kiara Permentilla. That Adamson connection. Trisha Tubu has scored in double figures in all of their games so far. And that spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, ang pasalubong ng bayan. Can Trisha actually give us another 30-point explosion? But she did that in 5 sets though versus Choco Mucho.
I won't be surprised if she does that again. But right now, they are getting contributions from multiple players. So maganda
Jolina.
yun na hindi rin overloaded si Trisha Tubu.
Right.
That hits the net.
It is a long conference
Point
after all. You'd want to
for
keep your
Nextled.
players preserved as much as they have prepared for the format. There you see Coach Benson. Happy to have him as head coach for Farm Fresh. Someone who's very familiar with Jolina de la Cruz.
Almonte.
Service in for Lucille. The drop by Louis Romero, and she
On to
scores.
play.
Even Louis Romero is getting involved in the scoring picture with that 1-2
10,
play.
serving 6.
Louis is now tied as the second leading scorer of Farm Fresh with 2, tied with Riza Cruz just behind
Team
Trisha
captain
Tubu.
Louis Romero serving.
10-6. Ball up by Lucille. Jaja onto the quick, and Makaslam will score.
That was a great set from Jaja Maraginot. They have been relying on their wings to score the points, but Jaja also has to engage Krich Makaslang because she's a
Right.
very tall middle blocker.
Krich Makaslang.
She can also score quick points off those attacks.
She hasn't scored a lot off of attacks though in this conference. It's been mostly blocks for her. But then on the other end, it is the other player, the new player for Farm Fresh and Lorin Turing scoring.
That's just their connection throughout the years. I mean, kahit nagaling injury itong si Lorin Turing, alam niya na when she comes back, Louis Romero will adjust
Yeah.
to her jump, to her timing.
Oh, that's a service ace for Jolina de la Cruz. The newcomers looking good against Coach Gudetti Ettore. Let's see that ace once more.
Service.
Jolina to try to do it again. Ball up by Kiara. Jaja back set, Laika. Dug up by Delerio, and it's Trisha Tubu rejected.
Atienza with the block.
Atienza getting that kill block against Trisha Tubu.
8.
Looking at the stats for Jaila Atienza, her best game was against Cherry Tigo. She had 7 points, 3 blocks, and 2 aces. Can she do something like that? Or could she give us somewhat of a game like that in today's matchup? This is a chance ball. Turing, Romero, Bertolano.
Same spot.
Bertolano. Ball is
It's
in.
2 points with that type of flair for Lai Bertolano. Fade away na naman, no?
I think she was anticipating a set na medyo biten. That's why when you look at her approach, hindi siya umaatras ng sobra. But looking at that set of Louis Romero, it was supposed to be a third tempo set na mataas lang sa outside hitter position sa left wing. So she also has to adjust yung approach niya accordingly. Kailangan kasi yung distansya tama for you to be able to hit that properly.
Now here's the thing. Has it been deceitful against the blockers of Nextled? You know, I don't know if she's gonna purposely not adjust, but now it's a back row hit for her. Ebon, dug up by Jolina. Back set, Tubu, cross court.
Cross-court kill. Tubu.
Well, Nextled is displaying a better floor defense.
14.
You saw that excellent dig from Jorvina. It's just that the attacks of Farm Fresh have been so accurate and efficient.
It's now 14-9. Almonte. Delerio keeping the ball alive. Tubu, blocked. No
Almonte
coverage.
with the block.
Another block for Nextled. That's a good sign. You're getting touches against the best scorer of the Foxies.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. 10-14, Jaila Atienza will now do the honors.
For Nextled.
The target was Jolina. Back row for Trisha. Long.
Ball is out. +1 for Nextled.
Trisha Tubu with 4 points so far. That's her first error. Consistency has been the
Atienza serving.
theme for Trisha in this conference. Can she bounce back? Pernatilla with a save. Maraginot onto Almonte. Delerio keeping it alive. The push to Lai. Kiara right there. Laika to the back. It's Bertolano with more power. Back row for Kiara. Practically a chance for Farm Fresh. Bertolano. Yes, ma'am.
Off the block. Bertolano. 15-11.
Chiara Permetilla couldn't get to that ball in time. You can see how 1 or 2 steps will really bring that impact to your floor defense. Importante mabilis yung reaction time, especially when you're in that sweeper's position.
Ooh, that
hits
went
the
straight to the antenna
Ball is out.
for the former service
Point for
specialist
Nextled.
of Farm Fresh. But then again, she did get high regard with her jump serves from Juan Tots Carlos, who Lai Bertolano was actually going up against even back in her
Jaja
high school
Maragino
days
serving for Nextled.
in Bacolod. Nakakapag-tune up sila with the UP Fighting Maroons. Trisha from the back. Jaja back set, Laika Ebon blocked, coverage present. Back row for Kiara, that was low.
Too low to cross.
And we have our second technical
Second
timeout,
technical
16-12.
timeout. Farm Fresh Foxies on top. 16-12.
Back inside the Field Sports Arena in Pasig City, this is Mix Gomez alongside Neil Flores and Franny Reyes as we continue the PVL All-Filipino Conference. This is our first game in 2025. Chiara Permentilla already has EJ Laure suited up, but we haven't seen her yet. On the other end of the floor, the two newcomers for Farm Fresh have performed, Jolina De La Cruz and Noreen Turing. I'm sure, Neil, you're happy for these two ladies.
Yeah, definitely. Again, mahirap makabalik coming off that ACL injury. It has been a grueling recovering process for these two. I can see their training regimen online. I mean, yung social media posts nila na pinagdaanan talaga nila yung nitty-gritty na conditioning. But they're here. Ang bilis rin yung panahon. And I'm sure they're just very grateful that they're back in the PVL.
But they might not have been grateful with that serve from Riza Cruz as it went wide. And so the lead is trimmed down to 3 points, 13-16. Lucille Almonte with 2 points so far to her name. Now serves that ball in. Turing, quick hit.
Sorry. It's a point.
Alam mo kanina, Neil, pagpasok ko sa dugout ng Farm Fresh, I already saw this big smile on the face of Doreen Turing. There's that joy in being able to step foot in the PVL. It's a dream to a lot of volleyball players in the country, as now it is a block for them. Back-to-back points for Farm Fresh.
That is a major win, the fact na nadagdagan yung players nyo, and kitang-kita natin yung impact ng dalawang players. Lumalim agad yung bench ng Farm Fresh. We have yet to see Rachel Andakis make her comeback here in the PVL, but soon enough, I think, makikita na natin siya. Yes. In the meantime, Nextled scored another point, care of Laika Ebon.
By the way, I also saw Jane Gonzalez, former setter of UST, now part of Farm Fresh. Oh, Jolina De La Cruz.
Again, Jolina De La Cruz playing it smart. Very aggressive up front.
That's her third point in this matchup, tied with Lai Bertolano. They're behind Trisha Tubu, who has 5. Maraginot had to chase that ball. Ebon met at the net. Atienza, Jaja, back to Laika. Jolina there, but a bit late.
Jaja Maraginot is really milking the production of Laika Ebon every time she's in the front row. There will be double sub.
All right, we have... This is Aldea, one of the taller attackers, might I say, of Nextled, being joined by Mangulabnan. This is Maji Mangulabnan, who actually started 2 games at the start of this conference for Nextled. Over receive. Maji on 2. Atienza, dug up. Tubu. 2 defenders present for that ball. Aldea approaches. We shall continue. Tubu blocked. Coverage present. Bertolano had to chase that, but it was just too wide for her.
That hits the antenna. Ball is out. Point for Nextled.
And this has been the challenge for Nextled, ang kanilang panapos.
Service, Mangulabnan.
This is a team that has lost 2 times in 3 straight sets and 3 times in 4 sets. And now they get a block point.
Blocking has been holding up for the Nextled Chameleons. So they're getting their numbers sa harapan. They're also getting excellent digs. So right now they have to focus on converting their attacks. Because in the first few points, you actually felt the disparity in the power of the hits of Farm Fresh and Nextled. But right now they're just 2 points away, or make that
1 point away. But do we have a challenge? Yes. This is our first challenge of the match, and it's reaching beyond.
On the call by Farm Fresh Foxies.
Is that a new type of challenge?
Yeah.
Or nariname lang ba?
Yep, that is a new challenge here in the PVL.
It's one good thing for us. Nakikita natin yung evolution ng volleyball. Let's see if this was actually, or this would be successful to kick things off for 2025. This is our first challenge for this year. Later on, might I remind you guys, it is Zeus Coffee taking on Choco Mucho at 4 p.m. And then for our last game, it is PLDT versus Akari. Oh, a lot of fans, I'm sure, would be interested in watching that battle. Let's see if there was a violation.
Yes.
The point will go to
There is
Nextled.
no reaching beyond.
The answer is
Yeah.
no.
Challenge is
That's
unsuccessful.
correct. The ball was already in the airspace of the Nxled Chameleons. Kumbaga, dinukot na lang ni Louis Romero. So the point will really go to the Chameleons.
The lead is down to 1. The biggest lead was at 5. Mangulabnan, Permentilla to the back. Delerio keeping it alive. Bertolano, yun ang buwelo. Nagugustuhin mo sana. Unfortunately, the ball
Ball is
went
out.
wide. All right,
There's a challenge
we have another
on the ball by
challenge.
Farm
And this
Fresh.
could be the
Ball
last for
in,
Coach Benson
ball
Bokbok
out.
in the first set. Ball in, ball out for Lai Bertolano, who seemed very confident about her hit.
That will be the second challenge for Coach Bokbok. If they end up losing this challenge, ubus na for the first set.
Yeah, that's in.
Yes, that was definitely in.
Ball is in. Challenge
That
is
could have been the
successful.
cleanest point of Lai
Point and
Bertolano so
serve
far
for Farm Fresh.
in terms of yung
20,
ganda ng kanyang
serving
buwelo.
18.
20-18, Norin Turing has 2 points to her name.
Lorin Turing.
As Franny mentioned, this is her first PVL game. Welcome to the pros. Pineda on to Kiara, miss hit.
Two loads cross.
You saw the intention in the hit. She wanted to go sharp on the cross because the two blockers were already established in front of her.
Timeout.
But again, execution
Nextled
has
Chameleons.
to be on point.
Timeout. Nextled.
Once again, remember, right now they are serving high to the top of the net. Three times the ball bounced out, so the ball will be short. Okay, call the ball a lot before, and give the ball off the net. Okay, side out now. We have to cover. We have to cover now. Here we go.
Chameleons!
Gotta love the calmness from Coach Ettore Guidetti. I'm sure there is a lot of sense of urgency as well. It's not easy, of course, dropping your first 5 games. But it is a brand new year, and their fate could be different. We haven't seen EJ Laure, though. Up until this moment,
21-18 is the score in favor of
and
Farm
they
Fresh.
complete their comeback against Norin Turing and company. Maggi onto Jaila, that did not work. Atienza, wala pa rin. Louis onto Trisha. Bang Pineda right there to pick it up. Aldea blocked. Coverage present. Bang to Kiara. Got a hand. Louis now to Bertolano, and the mistake by Lucille Almonte.
Nextled had a good chance of putting that ball away. They were able to force Farm Fresh to put up that chance ball, but Atienza couldn't put that ball away. And the ball looked like it was going outside already.
Yeah.
So it's very important to position your body in front of the ball, hindi yung pagilid. So point was won by Farm Fresh.
22-18. A chance for the orange shirts. Ooh, what a play. It's Riza Cruz converting.
23-18.
Signature play from Riza Cruz and Louis Romero. 50 pa ata magkakasama to mga to eh.
Timeout.
Nakaabang kami ni Neil kay Trisha Dupo sa combination eh. But it's Riza scoring point
We have to
number
be loaded and
3.
Immediately jump. And remember, they're doing nothing that we don't know, and they are stuck in the first tempo in 5. Yes. Okay, here we go. Oh.
One pass! Chameleons! Nextled! My pass!
Quick fire timeouts for Coach Guidetti. The lead has been restored to its largest in this matchup, 5 points. Lucille Almonte and company praying for a comeback. Looking at their track record so far, they have
Substitution.
won 2
Nxled Chameleons.
set once, and that was
11
against Zeus
out.
Coffee and Capital
18
One.
Maragino in. 24 out. 2 Ebo. back in.
Turing doing the honors.
Lorin Torin, serving.
Try to get them to set point. The slide. That was perfect from Jaila Atienza.
Scores.
Correct set from Jaja Mariganot with the intention of splitting the blockers of the Foxies.
Substitution.
Atienza just had to avoid the net. And now, for the first time, we're seeing EJ Laure suiting up for the Nxled Chameleons. Pang-clutch eh, no? Yung oras ni EJ on the court. Riza Cruz, dug up by Kiara. EJ, blocked. Maraginot saving that ball. Louis, back to Trisha. Dug up by Kiara. Jaja, EJ Laure, down the line. The rally continues. The crowd is alive. Off speed for Bertolano. And saved by Jervina. Back row for Kiara. Janelle putting it up. It's Trisha from the middle. There's a bounce. Jaja, back row. Still no point for Kiara. Delerio now to Bertolano. That's outside.
Bertolano wanted to go high and long on that hit from the left wing. Just overcooked that hit.
Serving 23.
I love the energy from that last rally.
We're now seeing the discipline on defense para dito sa Nextled Chameleons. They were able to establish a 3-woman block against Risha Tuber earlier. Now they're collecting these digs, so it's time to convert off the attack.
Romero onto Tubu. That was quite tough, but she still made it work.
Not the strongest of hits from Trisha Tubu.
Now at set point.
Again, she just found that right angle.
Now it's 4 set points for Farm Fresh Foxies. Tubu to serve. That is really long.
Service out. +1. Nextled.
Trisha can breathe for a while. Nakakapagod din naman ang rally sa volleyball. 24-21, Jaila Atienza will now be serving. Ball up by De La Cruz. Slide for Riza. That's outside. Nextled is still alive.
Ball is wide.
Farm Fresh has been giving away a lot of free points, especially in the second half of this opening set.
24-22. Atienza will have to keep on serving. Romero. Bertolano with a push. It's Jaja to EJ. Had to recalculate. Back row, Jolina De La Cruz. Kept alive by Kiara. EJ has to chase it. It's still alive. Pinalik sa Farm Fresh. Louis. Bertolano kept alive by Laika Ebon. Back row for Kiara, and that's long. Just unfortunate for the captain of Nextled.
But there will be a challenge on the floor. Ball in, ball out challenge. Might as well use it.
Ball in, ball
Suntok sa buwan. And it has worked. Not as many times, but you never know.
out.
Especially knowing the fact that Nextled already created momentum for themselves. Ball in, ball out. Nah, that's long.
Too strong on that pipe attack.
So, set number 1 belongs to the Farm Fresh Foxies in close fashion. Something that we definitely would take to begin the new year. Trisha Tubu continues to be that prime scorer as a firework in Farm Fresh. She is the leading scorer with 6 points so far in this game. We wrapped up the first set in 29 minutes. It was 25-22 in favor of the Farm Fresh Foxies. There was a bit of a scare by the latter part of set number 1. Nextled had a bit of momentum, but ultimately it was that last error by Chiara Permentilla that concluded set number 1.
Yeah, again, when it comes to the end game, kita-kita natin yung advantage ng Farm Fresh. There are more options on the floor in the first set. Nextled really got points from the wings. Chiara Permentilla had an up and down performance, but she still tallied a couple of points. Laika Ebon also got her contributions. May mga nakikita tayong flashes of brilliance from the middle blockers, especially in the net defense. But they need more production talaga pagdating sa offense. Yun yung dun talaga magkakatalo yung stat sheets natin. 18 for Farm Fresh in set number 1, only 10 for Nextled. They tried to break the defense of Farm Fresh, but it was just too solid. We know, Adamson program pa lang, yan ang specialty of the house nila Louie Romero, yung depensa. So again, Jaja Maraginot has to try to give more balls to the middles kasi kaya nang pumuntos. We saw a slide attack from Atienza. We saw a couple of quick attacks from Critch Makaslang. So these are the things that have to be adjusted here in the second set.
Chayla has 3 points so far off of 2 attacks. Makaslang with 1 point so far. But then again, nasayangan ako dun sa errors ng Nextled. 4 lang. That was clean for Chiara Permentilla and company. But to Neil's point, can they complement it with their attacking? Something that we saw again from Trisha Tubo on the other end, who has 6 points to her name. She was also complemented by the 5 points of Lai Bertolano. Now this could be the ultimate sign for Nextled. EJ Laure starting set number 2. She only came in late in set 1.
Warm up pa lang yun for her. EJ Laure, she has yet to score her first point as a Nxled Chameleon.
And Nxled Chameleons.
There's Jolina De La Cruz, who started in this game alongside Lorin Toring. Jolina has 3 points. Toring has 2 so far. Again, we'd like to greet you all a happy New Year. We are continuing our PVL All-Filipino Conference this 2025. Later on, we have Zeus Coffee going up against Chocomucho, and then it's PLDT versus Akari. But as of this moment, once again, we welcome you. This is Mix Gomez alongside Neil Flores and Franny Reyes. Bit of a miscue there for Farm Fresh. First point to Nextled.
First point of EJ Laure also, not off an attack, but off the serve.
It wasn't the cleanest of aces, but we'll take it, EJ.
Service. Laure.
That scraped the net, and now it is De La Cruz scoring off the block.
Targeting the right hand, the right forearm of Laika Ebon. Going for that hit out.
Yun, nag-abot yan sa UAAP, di ba? FEU versus Lasal. I think that was back in season 81.
Riza Cruz.
EJ with the first ball. It's back to the left. Dug up by Cruz. And a block for Nextled. Aslang turning around and celebrating. Gotta love the smile though from Jolina. This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. As I mentioned, Makaslang has been blocking here and there in this conference. She had 3 blocks in her first game versus PLDT and also 3 versus Capital One. Those were her best performances so far. Unfortunately, she just served the ball onto the net.
Team Captain Romero.
Now it's Captain Louie Romero serving it in. Back set, Laika got a hand. Ball kept alive by Jack Janela. Laure couldn't save it. Same went for their libero in Bang Pineda.
Trisha Tubo already with 7 points to lead all scorers for the Foxies. For Nextled, it's Permentilla with 4, followed by Ebon with 3.
So the 2 top scorers living up to our Pilipinas Live poll question, Permentilla and Tubo, the Adamsonian battle. There's the former Fighting Maroon, Lai Bertolano, scoring with a pipe.
Credit Jack Janela also for that excellent dig.
I want to see Jack with Rachel Andakis soon enough. Permentilla with a cross.
Cross-court hit.
And now we go back to Franny Reyes.
Thanks, Migs and Neil. EJ Laura has made her debut as an Nxled Chameleon, and she did let me know that she wants to lead by by example. She is a veteran now in this team, and she wants to show them that if she can do it, they can do it as well. Members of the Nxled Chameleons have shared with me that it seems to be a mental block for them why they aren't able to translate their good practices in game, but having more firepower and more experience via EJ Laura, who is now part of the team, they believe that they'll be able to get that elusive first win for them this conference. Now, earlier in the huddle, Coach Ettore had one instruction for the Nxled Chameleons, and that's for them to run. I think that might just be his signal for them to unleash what they potentially could be holding back to the panel.
Okay, the keyword is run. Let's see how they can show that to us here in set number 2. We did have a deadlock at 4-all, so we're already seeing some good steps from Nextled. And now they just gave us another deadlock.
Tienza has been aggressive on that slide attack. She's more comfortable in that slide attack compared to the usual quick attacks. So, pwedeng i-maximize ni Jaja Parumino yung point of attack na yun.
Yung mga ganong middle blockers talaga, no? The slide is the specialty. It's a drop, and now Nextled will get the lead. This is what you asked for, Neil. Yeah. The middle blockers to be activated.
You have to be very aggressive as a middle blocker.
Jaila Atienza is now tied with Kiara Permentilla as the leading scorers of Nextled with 5 each. Bertolano, nice approach, dug up by Kiara. Jaja to Laika. Played it sharp. Valerio to Trisha. Yes.
Tubu, cross-court hit.
She has come a long way.
Just thriving in the pros.
Tinanong ko siya, Neil, ano ba, may iba ka ba sa regimen mo? May kinakain ka bang iba? Sabi niya, she really had to prepare for this conference, conditioning-wise and mentally speaking as well. That involved a change in her diet and her weightlifting. And of course, the videos that she also watches in terms of her psychological well-being. And now it is Bertolano scoring again. Speaking of players who have been shining, like Bertolano, back-to-back triple-double performances lang naman yan. Last year versus Zeus Coffee and Chocomucho. Turing straight to the net.
7-all.
Set number 2, a lot closer than set 1. Which team will lead us to the first technical timeout? Jaila Atienza serving again. Jolina putting it up, and it's that quick hit by Riza Cruz.
Unstoppable every time they get that perfect timing on that A-quick.
The quick of Riza versus the slide of Jaila. 8-7. We are back for the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. And there you see Kiara Permentilla and the Nxled Chameleons trying to neutralize the production of Louis Romero and the Farm Fresh Foxies. Critch, Makaslang has 2 points so far to her name. It's her production with Jaila Atienza, who Neil has been looking for in this second set. A drop by EJ Redwell. Bertolano, she's feeling it.
Cross-court hit. Bertolano.
Guess what? Trisha Tubu is not the lone leading scorer anymore for Farm Fresh. Bertolano has tied up with her, each with 8.
It's like target practice for Bertolano in the past few points.
Off speed.
Wow.
Nice hit by Jolina.
Injured.
Kaya nga eh. You know, that rehab with Loreen Turing must have been nice for the two of them.
Nextled.
What a comeback so far. They have a timeout.
Hey, patience is shoulder. Guys, shout kayo kung ano nakikita sa loob, ha? Kaya mo lang tapat. Okay, okay. Yung depensa naman natin po. Basta kung sinong bibitaw sa block.
You know, for Nextled, it's good to be hearing from Coach Guidetti Ettore, but how about Coach Rafi Moswela as well? That's a guy with head coaching experience. Ano yan, from high school to college to the pros. What a busy man.
And if you can see her, Coach Tina Salak is also there.
Tama. Oh, a chase for Jack, but not enough. And Nextled will trim the lead down to 2. There's Coach Tina Salak.
The legendary setter of the Philippines. Yung mga teams ngayon, hindi lang sa players nagsa-stack up, even coaching staff eh.
Staff, tama.
Maragino.
Next conference, si Neil Flores, baka coach na rin. Hindi, baka mamiss ka namin dito. Dapat dito ka lang sa sideline. This is Jervina onto EJ Laures, setting it to zone 5.
Cross-court hit. 9, serving 10.
Laure already matched the output of Laika Epon in that last hit. 3 points for EJ Laure.
Maragino for the serve.
It is now 10-9. Maraginot, just a bit wide. Coach Ettore Guidetti looking also serious. I remember talking about the number of pastas that he can cook last year. Maybe, naging part ng Noche Buena yun, no, ng Nextled during the holidays. Maraginot to the open. EJ, welcome back.
Nung una nangangapa pa si EJ Laure sa mga sets ni Jaja Maraginot. But now, Jaja Maraginot was able to find the proper set placement for EJ Laure.
It is a transition period after all. Kahit na nakapag-tune up games na yung mga yan, iba pa rin sa tunay na laro. 11-10. Jolina. That was in. Jolina De La Cruz now with 6 points in this game.
You can see how mindful Jolina and Loreen is also pagdating sa landing. When you're coming off an ACL injury, yan yung unang-unang papansinin mo every time you go for an attack. You have to land on 2 feet. Hindi pwedeng isa kasi usually unstable talaga pag isang leg lang yung landing.
Actually, lalo na kay Jolina, kita mo, mas balot pa yung kanyang kanang tuhod. So far, it hasn't been too big of a problem. Makaslang serving. Bertolano with a receive. It's Jolina to score again.
Combination play.
She's attacking from all angles of the court. 7 points already for Jolina De La Cruz. Wow.
Serving for Farm Fresh.
She's 1 away from Trisha Tubu and Lai Bertolano. Laika Ebon blocked. Coverage present. The turnaround and the back set by Jaja Maraginot.
Down the line.
A lot of swag on that play.
12, serving
what I love about Jaja Maragunot as a setter. Even if the attacker gets blocked the first time, she's not afraid to bring it back and send it back to that hitter.
And that works wonders for the confidence of the attacker. Tubu, ayan, di mawawala ng kumpiyansa yan.
Kanina pa pumupuntos yung iba. Sige, ako naman ulit.
I mentioned earlier that Trisha has been watching more motivational videos or different types of videos for her mental being, no, or her psychological being. And apparently, it's across other sports. Mga videos daw from Cristiano Ronaldo, even LeBron James, and of course, the Mamba mentality of Kobe Bryant, something that she is now channeling in the PVL. Trisha almost scored. Battle at the net. Bit of a scramble. Jaja to the slide. Atienza will be able to score.
Again, a sweet spot found by Atienza. Paminsan yung mga softer shots pa yung pupuntos kesa dun sa mga all-out power type of hits.
Lalo na sa pros. 14-13. Ooh. That was an absolute miss-hit on the serve by Chiara Permentilla.
She wanted to go for a short ball, but that requires so much precision.
The lead is 2. It's been a much closer set number 2. Nextled even got the lead at some point. Maragunot to EJ. Yes. That's one heck of a follow-through for you.
Just maximizing her wrist action. Go for that cross-court hit.
Mas variety si EJ, no, compared kay Aya. More power si Aya.
It's hard to compare, but both have different variations.
Yeah.
Both also have different power levels.
They're both great.
Yeah, they're both great.
Technical timeout, 16-14. EJ Laure started in set number 2 after only playing for a while in set number 1, and she is now 1 point away from being tied as the top scorer for Nextled. She has 5. Jaila Atienza is their leader with 6. On the other end, that's Lai Bertolano, the second leading scorer of Farm Fresh, behind the 9 of Trisha Tubu. Lai does have 8, so hindi nalalayo. All right, now we're seeing Jane Gonzalez for the first time for Farm Fresh.
Double sub alongside Caitlin Viray.
Yes. Viray started 3 games last year for Farm Fresh in the All-Filipino Conference. 16-14. D-ball to Laika. Dug up by Jane. She was so calm at it. And then, it led on to a point by Caitlin Viray.
Instant point for the double sub of Coach Benson.
I mean, that dig just proved wonders for Farm Fresh.
Gonzalez for the serve.
And then it's her connection with her co-sub. EJ quite low. Pineda going back to EJ. Still couldn't score. Back row. And that was short for Kiara.
Miscalculation.
She has been trying to go for these short balls pero nabibitin dun sa power.
18, serving 14.
So you could sense a bit of frustration
Timeout.
from Kiara
Nextled.
Permentilla. Timeout.
Chameleons.
Nextled.
Guys, please, we have to do mistakes in the thing that we know that maybe works. So pipe, please, use position one. Use position one. Ready to spike now. You got one block, but you're really tight to the net. So you can play and power tip and use on the block. Here we go, guys. One side out.
The lead is getting bigger and bigger again. This is the largest lead of Farm Fresh in set number 2 against EJ Laure and company. Today we welcome back a couple of players. Sir Ricky Palou, welcome back as well. Off of our holiday season. Jolina De La Cruz is back. Jane Gonzalez is back.
Back at
Who
the
else?
service.
Lorin Turing and of course EJ Laure. We're still awaiting for the return of Rachel Andakis soon enough in this conference for Farm
Ball
Fresh.
is out.
There was a slide that went outside for Kritch Makaslang. But they have a challenge.
There's a challenge on the call by Nxled Chameleons. Ball in, ball out. Challenge. Nxled. Ball in, ball out.
Can this actually be a momentum changer for the Nextled Chameleons? This is a team that actually bonded during the holiday season, especially because they attended a wedding of one of their teammates, May Luna. May, congratulations once again. Unfortunately for your team, it is outside after that hit by Kritch Makaslang.
One challenge left for Nxled Chameleons in set number
There's
2.
Rachel Andakis.
Gonzalez serving.
Gonzalez, the lefty with the serve. The lead is 5. Jaja to the open. Push by EJ, that worked.
On the adjustment, set was a little bit close to the net. But EJ was still able to push that ball over.
EJ Laure is now tied with Jaila Atienza as the leading scorers of Nextled with 6 each.
Serving for Chameleons.
There you see their
Jaja
master orchestrator, Jaja Maraginot, serving that ball in. Gonzalez. It's Caitlin Biray again, the double sub connecting for Farm Fresh. Gotta love the energy from Lorin Turing.
2 points already for Caitlin Veray. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Liza Bertolani.
Well, Kate did end 2024 on a good note against Choco Mucho. She had 15.
Service out.
Unfortunately, it is now a service error for Farm Fresh. Looking at the scorers of the Foxies, it's mostly Trisha Tubu.
Serving. EJ
And then
Laure.
only a couple of good performances. Bertolano scored in double figures twice. That's it. And then Caitlin
De La
once.
Cruz off the block.
There's the help that they've been waiting for. Jolina De La Cruz.
21.
Has been her favorite hit. Her favorite na diskarte in today's game. Those hit out, we've seen a lot of them.
Torin.
You know, it would be perfect if De La Cruz and Laure could actually be the leading scorers after this game. But Laika Ebon has something to say about that.
What a swing from Laika Ebon. Such a clean hit. Well calculated angle.
Substitution.
Just getting past Lorin Turing. Look at that.
17.
It's point number 5 with a game face on for Laika Ebon. It is 17 serving 21. Makaslang. Followed up by Jolina. Jane. Back set. And off the block. It still went in for Nextled.
They let that one go, but kitang-kita ng assistant coaches ng Farm Fresh that it hit the sideline.
18-21.
All right, we shall continue.
Krish Makaslang for the serve.
Krish Makaslang and company. Can they pull it off, the comeback that they've been wanting? Gonzalez had to chase it. A chance for Jaja. The pipe. Lucille couldn't score. Counter with Jolina. No coverage by Janelle.
Tienza has no entry.
Wow, Jai Atienza getting another kill block.
21.
That's 7 points already for Atienza. She is now the top scorer for Nextled.
Having 3 blocks definitely helped her case. This is already the conference high in terms of blocking and scoring for Jaila. Maraginot onto Laika, a bit tight. Turing keeping it alive. Gonzalez back to her buddy. A good net defense by Nextled. The lead is down to 1. Timeout, Coach Benson.
Farm Fresh Foxies.
Compose pa din ah. Labang kayo.
Sige, bawal
Iwan tayo, sapatay tayo, sapatay.
Isang ikot lang, te. Isang ikot,
Pag
let's go.
nag-cover, huwag papunta sa net ha. Kahit sa gitna lang para maabot ni Ate Jade.
Tapos tayo.
Isa lang isa.
Let's go. Putulan natin yon.
Okay, let's go!
Let's go! Farfetch!
Then, ikaw ba dito?
Gotta love it when you witness the leadership, you know, changing and improving for a team. Farm Fresh was young, obviously, in their first couple of conferences. Louis Romero, everybody had their eyes on her to lead the team. But now you have the likes of Jack Jonella and even Rachel Andakis to help out. Jane Gonzalez is another vet. Jolina De La Cruz, dug up by Lucille. Back set to Laika. Got a hand. Vitolano keeping it alive. The push to the open. Still no point. Jaja. Kiara. The rally continues. Gonzalez onto Viray. Practically a chance. Jaja. Laika off speed. Nice chase by Delerio. Gonzalez back sets. Viray down the line. What a hit.
Serving up a facial to Kretsch Makaslang.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, ang pasalubong ng bayan. Some extra noche buena from Caitlin Viray. It is now 22-20. Over receive. Oh, it was actually still in for them. Tubu block. That was a monster block.
Again.
21.
Point number 9 with 5 kill blocks in this game.
It's definitely her best performance in the conference. And now we have a double sub.
18 14. De Los Reyes.
It is De Los Reyes with Perez checking in for Nextled. Ivy is actually their tallest setter. (21-22). Can they go for the deadlock?
Ivy Perez.
Service in for Perez. A misreceive, and that's an ace.
We are tied.
Wow, the
at
double sub
22.
working for the Nxled Chameleons a while ago. It was the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Farm Fresh.
Well, that
11.
maximized their double subs.
You have another sub.
Perez for the serve.
That's Pierre Abellana for the Farm Fresh Foxies. The former Tigress Regalo. We will continue. The drop did not work. Ivy to the open. Kiara against 2 blockers. It's Tubu. Block. Coverage present. Romero. Back to Trisha. Battle of the net, and Atienza could not control it.
This is where patience kicks
Point.
in.
Goes to
I know that the
Farm
ball
Fresh.
was already near the antenna, but your goal is to always try to put up that second ball papunta sa attacker mo so that you could get a good chance of
Jolina De La Cruz
scoring
serving
the crucial point.
for Foxies.
Ayan ang sinasabi nating panapos para sa Nextled. Farm Fresh back with the lead, 23-22. Almonte sending it to the back. Jolina to Trisha. That is long.
Yep.
Ball is long.
It's a virtual race to 2.
23 all.
Babalik ngayon si EJ Laure for more offense up front.
17 now.
You gotta have the veteran in after all in these types of moments. EJ on her first game has 6 points so far.
Serving
Kiara has
captain
5.
for Metilio.
She sends it in. Louis, back row for Jolina. Oh, a miscue.
Good of
And that's point number 9 for Jolina de la Cruz.
Farm Fresh Foxies now at
She's always been a clutch player. Yan din yung magiging role niya in Farm Fresh. Pagdating sa end game, she has to be one of the players to convert.
Set point, Farm Fresh. The receive by Bang. Ivy to EJ. A good chance for Farm Fresh. Trisha Tubu. That's outside. And we have an extended set.
Ball is wide.
This is only the second extended set for Nextled in this conference and the third for Farm Fresh.
Tama naman yung angle eh. Down the line was the angle for Trisha Tubu. But it was just too strong.
24 all. Romero. Abeliana. Saved by Ivy. Kiara sends it left. EJ through and through. Back row. Jolina. Welcome back. What a performance, Jolina de la Cruz.
Pressure ba ang hanap mo?
Walang problema. She's in double figures. And now is the leading scorer in the entire match.
She's back in her natural habitat.
Oh, that was hard for Critch Makaslang. Battle at the net. Tagsip couldn't score. Now it's Abeliana. Blocked. Coverage present. Louis 1-2. Ooh, a miscue, and that's it.
1-2
Farm Fresh will go up 2 sets to none.
Farm Fresh Foxies takes set number 2.
Well, Louis Romero just took advantage of the scramble dun sa floor ng Nextled. There was confusion between the libero and setter. But when you're already there in that situation, kahit sino na pwedeng kumuha. But Farm Fresh will go up 2 sets to none against the Nextled.
It was a tighter set number 2, but also included or concluded in 29 minutes, 26-24 in favor of the Farm Fresh Foxies. Sayang ulit para sa Nxled Chameleons, although it's still good to see more promising signs for them.
Yeah, the effort was really there for Nextled. Kitang-kita naman natin yung performance ni Jyla Atienza collecting 5 kill blocks in 2 sets. That is an impressive stat line. But it boiled down to the smallest of details. It was a dump ball from Luis Romero, yes. Pero nagkatinginan yung dalawang players ng Nextled. They could have gone to a counter-attack if naitaas yung first ball na yun. But they will still have another chance to extend this match here in the 3rd frame. It's a must-win for them. And as for the Foxies, they have that tendency to commit a lot of errors pagdating sa second half ng set. We saw that in their offense. There were a couple of outside hits. But their 18 attacks saved them.
Yeah.
They were on point pagdating sa atake. The balanced distribution of Luis Romero really helped their cause in set number 2. 10 attacks pa din yung nasa Nxled Chameleons. They really do have to improve that stat line because they have been working hard in serving, in digging, and in blocking as well. But they can't seem to get their groove in attacking. So if they can improve their stat line in attacking, they might just win this 3rd set.
Well, so far, if they can hold on to a couple of stats, it's the 9 points of Jyla Atienza, 6 from EJ Laure, and 5 each from Kiara Permitilla and Laika Ebon. But on the other hand, it's this woman, Jolina De La Cruz, with 10 points, leading all scorers in her first game back in the PVL. 9 points as well from Trisha Tubu, 8 from Lai Bertolano. But back to the errors of Farm Fresh, as Neil pointed out. The 7 that they had in set number 2 is right by their conference average. Yun na po ang kanilang average per set. There was only one game. It was against Akari when they had 13 errors across 3 sets. That was their cleanest so far. So if they can actually go back into that game and reestablish themselves in terms of how clean they would play, then that could be very effective against these Nxled Chameleons. But now we welcome you to set number 3. This is our first game for 2025. Again, this is Mixed Comments after service alongside the 2 people who went to Japan this past January in Franny Reyes and Neil Flores. Like Evan setting it through. The push to the open. Jolina. Mangulabnan to the open. Permentilla dug up by Jack Dornella. Jolina still no good. Trisha's turn. The drop and the point.
Tubu with the drop.
Pero Abellana will also be starting out for the Foxies. Bertolano will sit this one out.
Beer did give us a nice showing in her UST days. Some sort of promise that we can hold on to for this set, but it's Nextled now getting on the board off of a point. Islam will be serving after this sequence. Again, not as many opportunities for French to attack, but they would gladly take her 3 points so far. There's an opportunity that just did not work out for Turing. One more. Lorin. Wala pa rin. Nice read by Magi. Laika, still no good. Romero, Tubu, yes.
Down the line, Tubu.
Regaining her possession in the scoring category, now with 11 points.
And she makes it look so easy. What a conference for Trisha Tubu. This would be the 6th straight game that she has scored in double figures. And that's just too far and beyond for Laika Ebon. It's a service ace for Jolina De La Cruz.
De La Cruz.
What could this mean moving forward for Farm Fresh? If Jolina could turn out to be a star immediately, as now it is a point for Kiara Permitilla. And now we head back on to Franny Reyes at the sideline.
Thanks, Migs and Neil. Now, earlier, Migs, you mentioned a bit about Trisha Tubu, how she's been focusing on her mental health. And she let me know that, you know, these key additions who are now playing for the Farm Fresh Foxies have helped her so much in feeling less pressured so that she can focus more on making efficient attacks for the Farm Fresh Foxies. If there's something that she's really noticed in this team, it's the improvement of leadership. Everyone is vocal and they are feeling much lighter inside the court. I think that's something that we're able to see as well. They're moving a lot more fluidly, and there's a lot more joy in the way that they're playing. And they believe that that joy is what will carry them to a 3-set win, their first win this year. Back to the panel.
Well, they're gunning for their second straight set win in this conference. The first one happened against Akari. Their other win was in 4 sets versus Zeus Coffee. Pero balikan ko lang yung point ni Franny about the leadership surrounding Trisha Tubu as you get to see this hit by Nextled leading on to a point. Malaking bagay na vocal yung teammates niya because as you can observe, Trisha's not the most vocal of leaders. Although, she leads by example.
Yeah, she's sticking to her role as the main scorer for Farm Fresh. And when you have a setter as vocal as Louis Romero, I think enough yon. Kasi it's also hard to have so many voices on the floor. There has to be one main voice, then meron pang mga supporting voices. Doon pwede pumasok si Jolina De La Cruz because she's also a leader.
Right now, I'm hearing a lot from Jack Zonella. I mean, that's a veteran for you. Not gonna shy away from leading the way as well. Abellana, blocked. We've been seeing some good blocks in this set.
Again, that has been the focus of Atienza. 6 skill blocks now.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Conference high for Jaila Atienza, who serves that ball in. 6-4, pipe, not much power there, and that's what you usually do. You test the floor defense of the middle blocker as she serves.
Nanghinayang si Coach Giletti Ettore doon because it wasn't a strong hit from the back row galing sa Farm Fresh. So again, these are the chances that you will get to set up your transition plays.
7-4, an over receive. Riza Cruz, sent back. Louis, Jolina. There's a touch. Are you sensing any sort of awkwardness from Jolina? Parang wala.
Not at all.
Diba? Good for her. And we expected something different because, again, her right knee is heavily bandaged compared to her left. 8-4. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Filipinas Live from January 13 to February 16, 2025. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during the break. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. Now we refocus to the heart of volleyball, as EJ Laure and company would look to give us a comeback in set number 3. This is a team that hasn't reached the 5th set among all of their matches. That is their goal against Farm Fresh. Down 2 sets to love. Trisha Tubu has a different idea. Unfortunately, that ball went outside for her. And a serious look from Coach Benson. Bok. Riza with the first ball. It's Jolina. Blocked. The usual swaggy celebration from Fitch Makaslang.
Her team needs her.
Yes.
So if that's a way to energize the squad, why not?
We've seen it work a lot of times. But speaking of energizing her squad, why not with a point? Riza Cruz, that signature quick hit. Riza in their past couple of games hasn't reached double figures, but she did have an efficient 9-point outing with 75% attack efficiency in their first game versus Signal. Also 8 points on 57% attack efficiency versus Akari. Oh, in this game, Riza has 6 so far off of 6 attacks. 8-9 off of the service error. Abellana with the first ball. It's Jolina, dug up by Jorvina. Maggie to Permentilla. Met at the net. Louis, now to Pierre. To the back. A missed dig by EJ. The chase by Rachel. Now it's Laika sending it through. Oh, nice block by Nextled. Jolina had to retract. Maggie, Kiara, off speed. Beautiful.
Off-speed shot.
Great shot from Chiara Permetilla. Defenders were already squaring up for a powerful hit.
There was a hole in the middle. That's why we have a deadlock at 9. EJ Laure has 8 points, and she serves that ball in. Bit of a chase for Louis. Jolina, power hit, too strong. Touch or not.
Errors are now being costly for the Farm Fresh Foxies. In all of the sets that we've played, they were able to mount a specific lead. Pero pagdating sa kalagitnaan, dun sila nagbibigay ng libreng puntos papuntang Nextled. Again, they have to be careful.
Yan ang pambawi mo if you're Jolina de la Cruz.
Very simple. Textbook volleyball. 3-woman block in front of you. Drop ball, nobody home for Nextled.
She's playing like a veteran. But do we actually consider her as a veteran already? As it's a drop on the other end by Nextled, it's like a Ebon. Para sa'yo ba, veterano na si Jolina sa PVL?
She's playing like a veteran, but in terms of tenureship, hindi pa siguro. Kasi bago pa lang naman eh.
But that's good for her.
Her second year, I think.
Yeah. And her first stint for Farm Fresh. Jolina playing like a veteran. Yung gusto mo, yung bata ka pa lang, performing like this.
Paano pa pag nakuha mo pa yung tenureship when you play a couple of years in the PVL? For sure, aangat pa yung laro ni Jolina. She now has 15 points. Wow.
Ano sabi ng ACL injury?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Jolina and Lorene. Here's the ring. That's a point for Farm Fresh. And the net touch.
We actually talked about Jolina de la Cruz in starting lineup. And we mentioned that in her debut as a cargo mover, as a rookie, she was able to score 30 points. She was the only rookie that was able to do that.
So, again, pressure bakado for Jolina de la Cruz. As now it is a kill block for Trisha Tubu and company.
Coverage wasn't present from Nextled, and that was also the reminder of Coach Ettore in the timeouts. You have to keep on covering because nababantayan ng blockers ng Farm Fresh yung attackers ng Nextled.
13-11, Jolina to serve. She has 2 aces, by the way. No ace there. Atienza met at the net. Bang sends it right. Laika approaches and she scores. 7 for Laika Ebon.
12.
4 players have had solid contributions for Nextled. Ebon with 7, Laure with 8, Hermentilla with 8, and Atienza with 10. The only player in double digits for the girls in black.
And that means a lot. As Trisha Tugu scores with a lot of power there. Because more often than not, it's been Trisha scoring, Kiara scoring for these two teams. Specifically, as the spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' ng Pasalubong Magbayan. Tugu now has 14 points to complement the 15 of Jolina. Magi, slide. Jaila again scores.
Slides and scores.
Point number 11 for Atienza of the same hit.
13-14. Nextled just staying there with Farm Fresh.
Team captain, Yara Permentilia, serving for Nextled.
Ball up by Pierre Abellana. Back row. Almost a point for Jolina. Magi to Jaila. Quite low.
Yeah. That was
Too low to
definitely too low. And again, she is not as comfortable
Substitution,
compared to the
Farm
slide
Fresh.
attacks.
Yeah.
12 out, 19, Gonzalez in.
Iba rin yung setting style ni Mangolabnan and Jaja Maraginot.
Tama.
So, as a middle blocker, you have to be prepared to adjust in the middle of the game.
The Farm Fresh attackers ought to adjust as well.
Gonzalez.
With Jane Gonzalez. Back in with Caitlin Biray. Almonte got a hand. Jolina keeping it alive. Jane to the open. Abellana.
Through the ball.
Score.
Abellana.
Point
First.
number 1 for Pierre
Second technical
Abellana.
timeout.
3-point lead for Farm Fresh. 16-13.
16-13. Akari Chargers will face off the
We're back
PVL
inside the Phil Sports
Hitters.
Arena in Pasig City. This is Mix Gomez welcoming you back to the PVL and welcoming you into the new year with the Heart of Volleyball alongside Neil Flores and Franny Reyes. There's Laika Ebon listening in to Coach Ettore Guidetti. Laika has 7 to support the likes of EJ Laure and Chiara Permetilla, who have 8 points each, but their leading scorer is Jaila Atienza with 11. There's the leading scorer of Farm Fresh with 15 on her debut with the Foxies in Jolina de la Cruz. Slide for Jaila. Net at the net. Magi turns around. The pipe, off speed, and it's sent back. Chance ball. Slide again. Why not? Jaila Atienza.
Atienza off the block.
That's a dozen points for Jaila Atienza. Attack number 6. Malamang lahat yung slide attack, no? Kung hindi, siguro 5.
Serving for Nextled, Jai Atienza.
14-16. We still need to get over the hump and get the lead against Farm Fresh. That could help. An error by Caitlin Biray.
15, serving 16.
Yeah.
Serving Atienza.
A chance to tie. 16-15.
Service error.
Service error, though. That's not going to help. Back
She's
to
been
2
doing
point
so well.
advantage. Yeah. Well, I can't believe I'm referencing this. Sabi nga ni Hannah Montana, nobody's perfect, di ba?
So random mix.
Alam niyo na ang playlist ko, ha? A push and the turnaround plus the walk-off by Critch Makaslang.
Down to a 1-point ball game. This is where you have to really polish the small details in your backcourt defense.
Gonzalez to the open. Oh, that's tough. Again, it's Jolina De La Cruz.
Ang 20 points ata talagang target ni Jolina on her
Kaya
debut
nga,
as
sa
a
mga
Fox.
debut,
You know,
no?
16 na. The countdown begins for the Jolina De La Cruz fans.
Alam mo kung humaba pa yung game na to, pwede niya pang mamatch yung F2 debut output niya of 30 points. But of course, if you're Farm Fresh, you'd want to end this as fast as possible. Not like that though, the service error by Riza Cruz.
Serve was way off for Riza Cruz.
18-17. Lucille Almonte.
Lucille Almonte serving.
Ball up by Pierre. Jane. Jolina. Yes, ma'am.
How many times has she scored off that soft touch?
I don't think Neil Flores is going to have a hard time selecting the best player of this game. Love that look from Jolina De La Cruz. 17 points to her name. Caitlin with a serve. Magi backsets. Laika is blocked. Coverage present. Bang goes to Kiara. Cross court, dug up by Pierre. Jane had to chase it. It's Jolina with the up speed. Almost worked. Laika got a hand. Gonzalez. D-ball. Caitlin, not much power there. Regalo. Happy New Year, Jolina De La Cruz.
What a gift for Jolina De La Cruz.
Is it a late Christmas gift or an early Valentine's gift? 2017. Magi to the quick. Pierre with swag on that dig. And it leads on to a point for Jolina. 19 to her name.
Consecutive points under the name of Jolina De La Cruz will force Coach Ettore to call for a timeout.
Let's lose against people that is spiking R, not tips and free ball. Here we go. Right, let's go. Side down now. Side out immediately. Oi.
Sige, amin yun. Hindi na, no. Next set. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Coach Ettore, Coach Rafi, desperate for a side out or a break point, as some of you analysts would say. It is a 4-point disadvantage for them. Now the biggest lead of Farm Fresh in this set.
21-17.
The biggest lead in the match is 5 points.
Caitlin Vidal for the serve.
First ball by Bang Pineda. It's Kiara with a nice approach.
Down the line.
And there's your side out.
Much needed break point for the Nxled Chameleons. Well, they were able to almost complete the comeback in set number 2. They can try to do that again.
Serving for Nextled.
It was an extended set number 2 if you missed it. 26-24. Gonzalez. Oh, Jolina. Who else would you go to?
Solid hitting from Jolina De La Cruz. All of those months in recovery is now paying off. Hours in training, hours of overload reps. He now has 20 points.
I think that's it for her. She's got subbed out. So this is Michael La Rosa
Michael La Rosa
in for the first
serving
time.
for Foxies.
One Lasalian for another. Magic tough set. And the push by Kiara outside. Viray just had to let it out with a smile. Farm Fresh is 2 points away from the first PVL win in 2025.
Serving La
The
Rosa.
receivers also have to help Maji Mangolabnan by passing that ball near the setter's box like that,
Yeah.
so that they could get a good attack point.
Off the block.
When you get
Ebon.
a perfect receive,
19.
almost done
23.
deal na.
Right.
Ideally, yung next attack nyo.
Can they carry on?
Next
Down by
Chameleons.
4, double
2
sub
out,
in.
18 Maragino in. 24 out. 11 Aldea.
Aldea is back. Same goes for Maraginot. Jaja, one of the
Jaja
leaders
Maragino.
of the Nxled
Serve.
Chameleons.
For Nextled.
They try to trim the lead down to 3. Ball up by Micah. Jane, combination. Abellano almost scored. Aldea. Nice read.
Aldea off-speed shot.
Point is a point. They will take that one.
Yeah.
Just down by 3.
Nice touch. And even though Valerio was there, she was a bit late. Gonzalez going to Abellana. Off speed as well. The battle of smarts here in set number 3.
Farm Fresh just
Farm Fresh
maximized
Foxies now
these
back
soft
match
hits
point.
in set number 3. Ang dami.
Yeah.
Siguro 5 or 6 points of my unofficial count. A lot of them came from Jolina de la Cruz, but now the other players are following
Yeah.
suit.
And you know something I noticed? There's one woman looking happy right now at the bench. That's Trisha Tubu. And we'd be happy for her as well. Kasi syempre nakakapagod din naman eh na siya yung top scorer in the past couple of games if all the load scoring-wise is on you. So this is definitely promise that she can hold on to for their next games. Help has arrived. 3 match points for the Foxies. Abellana, Gonzalez, Viray, and she puts it away. That's it. It's a straight set victory, the second of which in this conference for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
That is win number 3 for Farm Fresh.
Congratulations to the Farm Fresh Foxies
Let's see that last point.
for taking this match.
Everybody contributing, including Caitlin Viray. A bit of help of the net. That's why she gave us that beautiful smile of hers. A clean sweep for Farm Fresh with their 2 returning players having started for them. And you never know, Rachel Andakis might be back for the next games as well. It is win number 3 for the Farm Fresh Foxies in the All-Filipino Conference and their second straight set win in their campaign. And the victims are the Nextled Chameleons. As I mentioned, it wasn't hard for Neil Flores selecting the best player of the game. She now joins Franny Reyes.
Thanks, Migs and Neil. Welcome back. Happy New Year and congratulations. Player of the game, Jolina de la Cruz with 20 points, 18 attacks, 2 aces with 51% attack efficiency. Jolina, kanina sinabi mo, medyo kalmado ka pa. Ayaw mo ma-feel yung nerves. But how does it feel that after 1 year, you are back in the PVL?
Yes, exactly. Parang 1 year and 1 day ngayon. Since nung surgery ko, it feels feels good to be back. Sobrang kanina, medyo kinakabahan pa talaga ako. Di ba sabi ko sa'yo, like, yung preparation ko kahapon, like, kung ano lang yung ginagawa ko sa training, like, hindi ako bumili ng mga bagong gamit. Like, ayoko lang ma-excite. Pero, yun nga, yung pressure na naramdaman ko, sobrang nakakamiss to. Nakakamiss maglaro sa arena.
Julina, 1 year of recovery, what was your priority for you to come back with this stellar performance?
Siguro yung maging healthy lang talaga ako buong season. Like, eto nga, umabol lang kami this season. Tapos, like, ayoko na din talaga maulit kung ano yung nangyari. Ano masabi?
Julina, this is clearly a fresh new team, the fresh new Farm Fresh Foxies. Your next game is the Cherry Tigo crossovers. How will you prepare?
Siguro same lang din kung ano yung preparation na ginawa namin sa Nextled. Like, alam naman natin na grabe din lumaban yung Cherry Tigo and hindi rin naman sila basta-basta, hindi nila basta-basta ibibigay yung win na yun. So, kami din, pagtatrabahuhan din namin yan.
Now, Julina, the Phil Sports Arena is full of fans who are so happy to see you back. Anything you'd like to say to them? Go ahead.
Thank you po. Na-miss ko po kayo. And then nakakamiss. Thank you po sa suporta. Thank you po sa mga sumigaw.
Once again, your player of the game, Julina De La Cruz, Migs and Hill. Let's close this one
Wait
out.
lang. Hi po sa mga friends ko. Hi kay Ralph. Hi kay Sen, sa Visual Love family. And thank you sa teammates ko, especially kay Coach Bok.
Lots of emotions over here. Migs and Hill, go ahead.
It's her moment after all.
Sige, bigay na natin.
Bigay na natin kay Julina. As Neil mentioned, she debuted in the PVL with 30 points. And now she debuted with the Farm Fresh Foxies with 20 points in 3 sets.
51% efficiency. That is an impressive rate for Julina De La Cruz. She also helped the team in defense, digging, receiving. It was an all-around performance for Julina. And considering all factors, the fact that she was able to surpass the output of their top scorer in Trisha Tube